Hello again and welcome to the Articulate Outburst podcast. This is an unofficial podcast. That's why you'll notice I've still got the same clothes on as I did on the One More Camera stream. As I'm sure you're aware, there's by now everybody will have realised that there's a hidden track on the album. There was a bit of debate about with this. I mean, the rest of the band didn't know we'd done it. And there were absolute ridiculous amounts of obstacles in our way. Somebody wanted to bring the pal to practice. We're trying to work this into the thing without telling anybody about it. We're then booking secret meetings and it's like, no, this should have been a lot easier to do. What we really wanted to encapsulate with this, and I pushed this over the educator on guitar. He thought that the album should have finished at One More Camera. And I really pushed for this. I thought that we should have a reprise of one of the tracks early on. The one thing I've got to say about this is it's actually recorded, not in the recording studio, but where we started the band around Chris's kitchen table. So it'd come full circle. We've structured it round there. With just guitars, with just a guitar, classical guitar actually, and a little bit more of a lighter vocal. Hard to believe, isn't it, with me? So what we ended up with is, again, dystopian. I think I've overused that in these streams, but there's no really way to describe it unless it's eerie, dystopian music. We had eventually got to... we'd eventually got to this idea where in the Grease album, I know it's a bit of a step, stay with me, the Sandra D reprise at the end, which is a goodbye to Sandra D in the Grease album, kind of turns a chapter in that particular character's story in the film or on the album, as you say. And I thought that would be quite a nice thing to do for ours, to have a kind of reprise another track from the start, and we've decided on Anybody Out There. But again, it didn't sound right. It didn't sound right for a while. But then all of a sudden, I put some lyrics in that were slightly different. I thought we'll play on the words. And then this is what we ended up with. So I'll go through it all. Again, it's a secret track. This video will never air if nobody ever finds it. But here we go. So you can hear the guitar there. And you can tell it's at someone's kitchen. I'll put it on the speaker. So it's a little bit of a kind of cosy in there. This really was just a structure song kind of session. We weren't expecting to lay this down, but it is what we laid it down. We've put a little bit of things on it, but not much. This is pretty much as it was recorded. Sisters don't exist. How we gonna take them down? So if systems don't exist, how are we gonna take them down? No one to fight and just go home. We have no power of our own. To know when to fight or just go home. We have no power of our own. A little bit of a sadness kind of eeriness to this. Political dogma dictates the way, nothing more to do or say. When will we see the light? And political dogma dictates the way. I think it's quite a nice little line there. I've got to say, bit Radioheady. Felt a little bit guilty there. That kind of sounds like one of their off-cut ones. There's nothing more to do or say. It's a never-ending fight. When will we see the light? Lyrically, that's not bad. This was literally on the back of a fag packet. I think there might have been a couple of edits, but that's pretty much what was written as it was written. and then the rise of the guitar, hitting it a lot harder, taking it up a level, and then all the rights of man and the good of the individual, and straight in there into a classical version of Anybody Out There. So I'm going to play the intro again a bit. I'm going to play the intro again there because I just think it's key. It's quite hard to find on the phone, it has to be said. So again, it was just quite literally there with the guitar. So I'll play that bit again because obviously from our point of view it's... You can hear some shuffling of papers in the background there as well. Gives it a bit more authenticity. Systems don't exist, how we gonna take them down? No one to fight and just go home, we have no power of our own. So that in effect is the bolt-on part of the song, and then the rest of the song is Anybody Out There in a classical guitar, completely different tune. Again, I think demonstrating the skill of the educator on guitar and the ability to morph a well-trodden song into a different format and to stick it on the end of the album and hide it from the rest of the band. Genius. Progressive bias holds away, nothing more than a power play. Religion's off the table for the third time in 400 years. Post-their cowardly bastards who no longer hold my fears. And then just before we go back into the chorus again, more angrier guitar, just to kind of heighten it, heightened up twice there. Little bit of dilly-dallying in the intro, speeded up to come into the original song, and then again, more anger into the chorus. Just a brilliant guitar playing. I hate to say it, but brilliant guitar playing. Is there anybody out there feels the same as me? A little bit of a change on that as well. Is there anybody out there who cares as much as me? Put a little bit of a different spin on that. I were also almost out of breath on that line. You can hear the kind of tremor in the voice. Not quite getting to the end of that one. There'll be no extended vocal there. And then towards the end of that, we put a sound effect on in the studio, which kind of distorts it just a little bit. And again, this was to add to the idea that not only have we come full circle on this album from Anybody Out There to Anybody Out There, but the dystopian finish, One More Camera was punk and dystopian, then the dystopian finish, which really tees up the next album. I'm really excited about it. I think I just played that little last dystopian bit again. Me running out of breath particularly made me chuckle a bit there. Okay, so this stream will either come out or it won't, or if it does, it might be out at a different time. If no one's heard the track, then this will be the big reveal, I guess. So, as I say, thanks for listening. If you could like, comment, share the bell. You can email me on info@articulateoutburst.co.uk if you wish. All our contact details are on the notes, on the show notes. Thanks very much for listening. Again, it's a massive chapter in the lives of Articulate Outburst to turn this page today, because it really is the end of UNSAFE Spaces, the unofficial end of UNSAFE Spaces. It's been a great ride. I hope you stay with us. I hope you're still interested in us producing music, producing a bit. We're going to do it anyway. It's nice to know that we get a little bit of support from you all, and thanks for all the positive emails. As I say, I might actually do a stream where I read out some of the fan mail, because some of you were quite funny. I quite like a bit of ribbing. I quite like a bit of criticism as well, a bit of banter. So yeah, if you keep those emails coming in, I might do a show. Don't worry, I will preserve your innocence. I won't tell everybody what you said. I'll just read out the comments, and we'll take it from there. But again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for buying the music, thanks for buying the merch, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.